Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. Page 6 is the source. Sean Diddy Combs, former employee, claims he grabbed her face during a disagreement. You have to really idolize him. Wow. Interesting. The individuals who were employed across Combs' ex-lifestyle brand, Sean John, and his now closed advertising agency, Blue Flame, claimed the billionaire expressed erratic behavior as their boss in an expose published by the Daily Beast this week. One woman who chose to remain anonymous alleged that Diddy grabbed her face following a disagreement, claiming he didn't like that she wasn't agreeing with him and that he wasn't interested in hearing her point of view. Very dominant man. Very dominant man. Indeed. The former Sean John employee further alleged that Combs, 54, began yelling and comparing himself to the controversial fashion designer, Karl Lagerfeld. My dad, he liked old Karl Lagerfeld. He wore his cologne. And Sean, you ain't no Karl Lagerfeld. Shut your mouth. Anywho, when you speak to me, you should imagine that you're talking to Karl Lagerfeld. Anything I say, assume that it's coming from Karl Lagerfeld. She recalled the act bad MC allegedly telling her. At that point, I didn't have a response to that, and he reaches out and grabs my face. He puts one hand on both sides of my cheeks and say, "Stick out your tongue." And then he squeezes my face harder and yells at me to stick out my tongue, forces his hands on my face. Wow, he is really sadistic. Woo! Lord have mercy. The beat goes on, everybody. The woman claimed Combs told her he just wanted to see if her tongue was bleeding because she was biting it. I started looking for a job immediately after that point. I just wasn't interested in being there to deal with that kind of treatment, she told the outlet. You have to really idolize him and see him as an icon. I didn't. I was just there to do my job. More photographs of Mr. Combs, Cassie. Another former staffer of the I'll Be Missing You rapper told the Daily Beast that he was allegedly fired after making eye contact with Combs after the businessman showed up late for a meeting. So we have women complaining and also men. There was erratic behavior. There was definitely what I would consider mental abuse with how he spoke to us as employees. He alleged, adding that he often worked from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. because of the culture of fear Combs created in the workplace. I don't know, that comment doesn't really make much sense. But anywho, the ex-employee alleged that there was a lot of profanity, kind of aggressive in your face, physically in your face kind of stuff. Page 6 has reached out to a rep for Combs to comment, but did not immediately hear back. And then there's the infamous video released of Sean physically assaulting Cassie Ventura in a LA hotel that is no longer existing. Combs' dark past came to light last November when ex-girlfriend Cassie from born Cassandra Ventura filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of rape and physical abuse throughout the 10-year relationship. The Bad Boy Records founder and the Me and You singer settled the lawsuit the next day. In May, hotel videos surveillance of Combs punching and kicking Cassie in March 2016 was released. The Data 7 subsequently released an apology for the incident, saying that he was disgusted by his actions. And there you will see a clip of him somewhere giving his fake apology to the universe. Mind you, never addressing Cassie Ventura publicly or individually. And this picture is also interesting. He's at Howard University. Obviously, they've given him some type of medal or honor, and he's a disgrace. He doesn't deserve that star on the Walk of Fame, and that's another issue that's at hand. Some people feel like he doesn't deserve that star, but so far there is no action to remove the star on the Walk of Fame with P. Diddy's name on it. What do you think? Post a comment. Page 6 is the source, everybody. So, how do you feel about this crazy nonsense pertaining to Sean? Now we have ex-employees coming out saying he was abusive to them. Well, it's par for the course. He is obviously a violent person. He likes to exert his manlyhood by voice, threats, hands. sexual organs. He's just vile. He's a sadist. He's a narcissist. Hell, may even be a damn psychopath. Who knows? I'm not a psychologist, but he's ill. That's the point. He has some very deviant vices, sexual vices, abuse with his tongue, his hands. He likes filming people. He's just a menace. And then you have the raid that took place. My understanding, they took videos out of his home. Guns were retrieved from his home. He has a lot going on. And frankly, that should be his main concern, is fighting an indictment. Because we now hear 50 plus witnesses and accusers have met with a grand jury in New York City to give their testimonies according to their dealings with Sean Combs. 50 plus people. That's a lot of people. Don't know the accurate amount, but it doesn't matter. You get 10. That's 10 too many. Now, are some of these people clout chasing, just wanting attention? Could be. Making up some stuff? Could be. But I got a feeling they have evidence of him filming women or men, sexual escapades, maybe some forcible essay, sexual assault. I won't doubt it. Because he's a voyeur, and a voyeur needs evidence. They need to keep mementos of their deviances. So I won't doubt that videos retrieved from his homes in LA and Miami probably have some very sadistic film footage. And I won't doubt his children have learned from his ways. And that's the sad part of the story. He is a father to children, boys and girls, men and women. Men, grown sons, and 2 younger girls, 17, twin girls. And then you have to ask yourself, how did he treat his children? How did he talk to his children? What did he do around his children? Bad tongue, bad behavior, different women coming in and out, different men coming in and out. That's something people haven't really talked about. He has children that live with him. And he had that little rod living in his house for years. So mind you, he had a whole nother man living in his house with his girl children. Unless he put his children in another house and had somebody watching them. Stay woke. There's probably a whole lot more than what you're hearing. I don't even think we're at the top or the tip of the iceberg pertaining to Sean John, his behavior, how he treated people. There's some information about him hiring a niece as a housekeeper or some type of assistant job, and he fired her allegedly because she got pregnant. I believe this was a niece of the late Kim Porter. He's all over the place, and all these allegations are coming out. But allegedly, he was a talk of the town 20, 30 years ago for his lavish parties, freak-off parties. So somebody knows about it. Somebody stayed, watched, participated. Believe that. There's always an eyewitness. There's always a witness. There's always a victim. And there's also an enabler and a co-conspirator. Every story has one. And I got a feeling, pertaining to Sean Combs, there's one of each. Enabler, co-conspirator, a victim, and an eyewitness of his behavior towards people in general. And does CPS need to get involved? That's been a question as of late. Yes, CPS needs to investigate him because you are this thing walking around and you also have children in your custody. He does not need to have girl children. No way a sadist should have access to a child, period, especially girl children. And then there's allegations of him being bisexual, so he doesn't even need to be around boys. Calling a spade a spade. Now, some will judge and say, well, just because a person is bisexual, homosexual, does not mean they would offend a minor child or their child. Well, he likes young girls. So one would say, who wants to argue about the age of an offense? 15, 16, 17, 14. It depends on the offender, what mood he or she is in. And you can't get in the mind of an offender, so you don't know what mood they're in when they decide they want to act out. And he is obviously acted out. The allegations run the gamut. From underage girls, men, women, sex trafficking, drugs, forcible rape. It goes on and on. Bribery. We heard that with the video from the hotel of Cassie. He paid someone $50,000. The drug mule or drug runner was caught with drugs on the plane, same day that the raids took place. So who were the drugs for? So see, it's one allegation after the other. And so far, we now can see he is an abuser, physical abuser. He has committed bribery. That's two right there. And drug usage. Physical abuse, drug usage, and bribery. So now you think about the other allegations. Human trafficking, forcible rape, gang rape. You be the judge. How many more people are going to come out with allegations against Sean, Puffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Combs? Now, so far, these are people speaking. I believe a few have remained anonymous, but they may decide to show themselves, reveal themselves. Will they also file a lawsuit? Don't know. Statute of limitations naturally will play a major part in people filing lawsuits against him or any other party. But it's sickening and it's sad. Because there are people out here trying to work, make a decent living, no matter what the field is. And nobody has the right to mistreat them. Get in their face, grab their face, grope them, sexually assault them, bribe them, film them, gang rape, blackmail, all the ugly things you can do. And also drugging parties, putting drugs in people's drinks. He's disgusting. And you can best believe there's somebody else walking around just like Sean, just like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, Epstein, Cuba Gooding Jr. They are everywhere. And you also have women offenders. And you're seeing more women offenders offending young boys. People are sick and they're tainted. And you don't know people. Because look at him. He's this, as they say, icon, many business ventures, wealthy. Some may say he's nice looking, talented, but he's a sadist. So you strip away the wealth, the gold, the talent. He's nothing but a lump of flesh, lump of clay that ain't hitting on nothing. That's my commentary, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $ began to 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful week. This is my continued content commentary on Sean Puffy Combs. When I get another update pertaining to him and the indictments, and if there will be an indictment going forward against him, I will bring you that said information. You have been listening to The Vault XL. Thank you.